What's going on, everybody? Tom Quiet here. First off, before we jump into everything, I want to thank everybody for all the support on our first React video about the jokes made by Matt Rife during his most recent special. It was a really cool experience, and I really appreciate all the kind words and all that fun stuff. But let's jump into this week's video. So a few years back, or I guess several years back at this point, a comedian by the name of Gary Owens had a stand-up bit where he talks about his cousin Tina getting a STD, and his Tina is mentally challenged or retarded, or whatever you want to, however you want to address that. And he got a lot of backlash, and so during the pandemic, he went on a YouTube series where they talk about him getting picketed, and then they kind of talk about the line of in comedy where they what they can make fun of, what they can't make fun of, the backlash that Gary received making this joke, and all that stuff. So I thought it'd be kind of cool to react to that segment of the show. So this is Inside Jokes with Andrew Schultz, and he has Gary Owen on, and they are talking about his jokes made during a special about his cousin Tina, who is mentally retarded.
Like I got pushed back because I said that we're retarded. Like I had people picking at my shit.
So I'm relatively familiar with Gary Owens.
You know what I mean?
I'm not a complete stranger to him. I don't know all his stuff, but some of his more recent stuff I've heard.
They're
So
moving in.
Right, that was great.
let's see what they've got to say.
I was looking at like, who's here? Jared Smith just walked by. No, I did a joke. I got a special needs cousin, right?
Mm-hmm.
I changed their name in my act.
Right.
But I grew up
First
with her. We're
smart
like the
thing you
same age.
did.
Right.
So I talked about just a bunch of, it's a true story, my cousin, and the bit was, it wasn't even a bit, it happened. I go to a family reunion, and she got an STD. And the whole family was like, yo, Tina got an STD. And I was looking around like, Tina's fucking?
Yeah.
She's retarded.
Yeah.
And I was like, who gave her the STD?
Yeah.
And then it was another special needs dude, like another retarded dude, like two retarded people were fucking.
Yeah.
Right?
It happens.
And I was like, how does that happen? Like, what kind of game does he have?
I just want to hear it.
Right, so there I was just like this. I go, what do you do? He just went up, he goes, hey, Tina.
Yeah.
You're so pretty. And then he just yells, Tina Pretty!
Oh, okay. All right. Let's pause this really quick. So I understand the backlash that he probably got. So, that's weird because, it's his cousin. It actually happened, and it's a valid question. Like, obviously, we're all sexual human beings. Let's be adults about this. People that have Down syndrome versus people that have CP versus, just all that stuff. We're all sexual human beings, and sex is important to life. So, yes, mentally retarded people have sex, obviously, but the premise of the joke is when two mentally retarded people have sex, how does that work? Or how does that initiate? Which is funny, very funny, because it's like, I get where he's going with this. But anyways, let's continue.
And then when she's not doing it, he's just going, hey, Tina. You're so pretty. That was his only line, and I just milk it on stage, right? So the more I say it, the more they just start laughing, right?
Right.
They're rolling the crowd. I did on my special in Atlanta.
Right.
So,
So pretty.
Tina Pretty, right? Hey, Tina. And I was like, that's the only thing I can come up with, right?
Alex says.
Well, it's not like it's a deep thought. It's not like the dude's gonna be spitting game to my cousin. They're both special needs.
You know what else
Very
is
fair.
having deep
Very
thoughts?
fair.
Tina.
Right. So,
I'm pretty.
right. So these dude, I had. Think
This
about
is back
You're going-
when
you're
Andrew
going
Schultz
like
was
with the-
very new and really
special
didn't give a
comes out.
fuck.
Yeah.
Now I got my TV show coming out, the Gary Owen Show on BET.
Yeah. You should have called your special needs.
No, what I told him was like,
No, that would
they
have been
call you
low-hanging
slow,
fruit.
And that special's been out 3 years, and now you're mad. You're not helping your case.
Fair. Very fair.
By the way.
You leaned
That's the thing.
Guys, it's
All
3
right,
years
so
old, and now you're mad.
pause really quick. Oh, that's the one thing that I'm really concerned about is obviously we're in a world of this woke culture, whatever you want to call it. And people are starting to get backlash for stuff they've said years ago. And that's dangerous because it's like people grow over time. So, that's really hard for me to get behind when people attack other people for something they've said years ago and may not even believe anymore, if we're being honest. I don't know. Maybe that was an incoherent thought. Let's start again.
Guys, it's 3 years old, and now you're mad?
Yeah.
And it all, where all the hate came from,
Yeah.
there's a special needs guy that writes for BuzzFeed.
Right.
Or writes for...
Yeah, that's usually where it comes from.
It's not BuzzFeed. It's, anyways, let's say...
It's usually...
Washington Post or something.
Pause. It's usually somebody in a high-profile situation or working for a publication that's looking to make a name for themselves, and they just kind of dig in. You know, it's unfortunate. I've seen it happen time and time again where somebody's trying to make a name for themselves, and then they just kind of dig in and they just dig deep into the archives, and, that's what it ends up happening is somebody ends up getting canceled or, shit on or, whatever it is. All right, let's continue.
He does a bit. He does an article for him or something. He saw my
mentally-
special.
Hold on. He's mentally retarded,
He's not...
and he writes for the Washington Post.
He's not like full on. It's not like full blown.
But you're saying I
Could
can
you
read an
imagine-
article from a retard
Like,
Yeah.
every
oof.
I'm thinking more like
If I
Quirky
want
Life
to.
Goes On. That level.
I didn't see that. Is that
He has
like-
no idea what that is.
Like the 80s.
Was there
Oh, blah dee, oh, blah da, life goes on, brah. It was like the special needs guy. Because I used to do a joke about, boy, you think it's bad when your show gets canceled. That fucker had to be like, what? It's not like he can just go up for the Avengers now. Like when his shit got canceled, he was like this.
Oh, fuck. God damn it.
What do we do?
You just gotta be Hulk.
No. That's
He
just a
didn't
guy
just
closing
say
one
that,
door
did
and
he?
open up a bigger and better
Fuck,
door.
come on.
So you've got a history of making fun of retards. Okay,
No.
go.
You fuckers, man.
So, keep going.
So he does this article on me, and it gets picked up by everybody, right? All of a sudden, I'm enemy number one to the special needs community.
Right. Do any of them
Not
even
to me,
know?
buddy.
Who?
The special needs people.
No.
There's no way.
No,
Yeah.
it's just they're advocates. And I figured it all out. Like they flew me to DC to sit down in a room with 4 special needs people, and they made sure they had them all covered. It was a black girl, a black guy, a white girl, a white guy, and it was all levels. One had MS, one was retarded, one had cerebral palsy. It was everybody was covered, and they're telling me how to tell my jokes.
Okay.
Like they're
No,
breaking down,
get outta
this is
here.
how you can be funny.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, well, what's funny then, guys? And they're advocates. They always say, they can't defend themselves.
It's always the
You're a
advocates.
bully. You're
It's-
picking on them.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
said, no. I said, listen, I like to pick on everybody.
Yeah.
That way, I don't think I'm better than anybody. I said, I would never pick on somebody if I thought I was above them. I said, everybody's even. So
Right.
everybody's fair game.
Right.
And I said, I told the advocates, I go, I blame you guys. Because you keep telling them that nobody can make fun of them.
All right, pause. He just made a very good point. It is always the advocates. It is always the people that aren't afflicted that make a big shitstorm out of everything. I've seen it play out. Like, I've literally sat there and watched. I'm 6 years old with cerebral palsy. It happens, like, because the people around you don't know what to do or what not to do. And in most cases, the people that are dealing with the physical disability, mental disability, like whatever the disability is, aren't thinking that, hey, I need to set my boundaries. I need to say, hey, no, this is fine. And it's that weird, you're kind of in a weird cross section because obviously the mentally challenged people aren't going to know any different, where like they know their parents or their advocates, and if their advocate is saying, hey, this isn't good, they're just going to go along with it, because most mentally challenged people are, what's the word I want to use? They're people pleasers. They're just going to go with what people say. Whereas for me, I got lucky. Once I started getting out into the world, I was able to say, these are my boundaries. This is what I'm cool with. This is what I'm not cool with. I want you to treat me like everybody else. Like, if I say something that you'd beat the shit out of the person for, beat the shit out of me. Come on, let's go. And so that kind of broke this tension that I had with my friends later on in life. When I got out of high school and I was out of the like structure of what school is, I started working and whatnot, and people would just like, I could always kind of tell that people were acting weird around me. Like they didn't know what to say, what they could say, what they couldn't say, until one day we were all drinking and I was like, no, y'all are gotta treat me normal. Like you treat everybody else. Yes, now if you see somebody trying to take advantage of a situation where maybe I can't defend myself, yeah, I'd appreciate the help. But if you don't, I'm not going to think any less of you. I'm going to just start swinging, just like in situations like that. And so it's an interesting situation, because I'm speaking more from a physical disability side of things, whereas I was able to speak up for myself. And yes, I had advocates that tried to push me in that direction of, hey, this isn't okay, or hey, they're making fun of, they tried to put it into my head that, people were picking on me, but it just wasn't the case. It's just, my friends were assholes. Like a lot of the people I grew up with, they were all assholes, like to the fullest extent. But growing up with them, it was cool because I got to, grow thick skin. And now I'm in my career where thick skin is mandatory. Anyways, I'll get off my pedestal. Let's go.
I did the joke. I go, my cousin Tina's make fun of me. All her little special needs friends walk into a room, they just get quiet. I go, you guys making fun of me? And they get quiet. I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? I'm like,
fucking face, bro.
I'm like,
You do it, dude.
like, oh, I turned into her.
You look like the Grinch.
That's funny. That's good.
Evil. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that.
That's good.
Smile
That's
when
funny.
your teeth disappear.
Right.
Okay.
No,
I
but
can't believe you fucking did that.
one
That's
lady sent me a
hilarious.
message, right? She said, what'd she say? She goes, you're a bully.
Yeah.
You're the biggest piece of shit. She goes, I have a son with special needs, and he is the biggest blessing and has given me so much joy. And I hope one day karma kicks in your ass and you have a child that has special needs. I said, so you'd like me to have the biggest blessing and all the joy in my life?
Yeah.
She was like, fuck you. That's all she said back.
Pause. So that's the other thing is, a lot of these advocates, their parents or their relatives, and I think he's going to touch on it here in a second, because I think this is where this conversation is going. These advocates don't know what to do or who to be mad at, because they didn't sign up for this. And in some cases, in a lot of cases, physically disabled or mentally retarded, like whatever you want to call it, people with disabilities, in several cases, it is a lifelong commitment. It is something that they're not going to be able to live on their own. They're going to have their family or support in other places. And so it's misdirected anger. They don't know who to be mad at. And so the easiest person is the one that's making fun of them. But that's just out of context, because like he said earlier, if everybody's fair game, then it's not really making fun of them. It's comedy. Those people that don't take themselves too seriously are the people that I want to be around, and everyone should want to be around. But anyways, let's continue.
Like, it makes no sense. And what I figured out after these people picking in my shows and going through all this shit is, when you're a parent of a special needs kid, normal 18, 19, they out of the house. This is a lifelong commitment now.
Right.
They're with you.
Yeah.
And I think they're really mad at the universe, but they don't know where to direct their anger.
Yeah.
Because they're like, I lived my life right, I did everything
Yeah.
right, and now I'm not. You don't want to call it a burden, but now you're like, now I have this responsibility that it really is taking over my life.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
who am I going to be mad at?
exactly. This is 100% what I just said.
Right here, right? And now I do. I'm starting to address it again in my act.
Right.
I got a bit about.
And it's just
Louis
unfortunate
CK,
that he had to take it out of his set.
In front of the girls.
Right.
You know,
And I was like,
because I thought it
the
was
bit
funny.
is,
Yeah, he overdid
you know,
some aspects
I don't
of
get
it,
I said,
but
I don't wanna jack
fuck,
off.
he's
I
on
don't-
a stage. He's
I
got to
don't know if I see me
overdo it
jack off. I
sometimes.
said, I only see myself jack off.
Yeah.
I said, I've caught a glimpse of myself in the mirror a few times. I look like I got cerebral palsy.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting there,
I have CP and I look like
and
I have cerebral palsy when I
"Look,
jack
one
off.
personality
It's
is
really
going, "My
bad.
cousin Gerald's got cerebral palsy, motherfucker." I go, I don't know Gerald.
Yeah.
It's true though. It's 100%
So it's almost
true.
like my way of bringing that joke back.
Yeah.
But making it personal, like, guys, I'm not talking about you individually.
Yeah.
Just generalization.
Yeah.
But God, those people, they were so mad.
There's
I'm not bad,
I just
Gary.
had a clip where a girl had a seizure in the audience.
I saw it.
And we put it out.
Oh, I saw this clip.
And-
That was bad.
The same thing happened to me. All these people with epilepsy,
Mm-hmm.
right? No, this is interesting. All these people with epilepsy reached out and they said how funny it was. Every person with epilepsy said, hey, I've got epilepsy. I don't care. This shit is hilarious. Some of them even were saying, hey, I've got epilepsy. When I have a seizure, one of the things I'm thinking about is, oh my God, all the attention's on me.
Fair.
I would be so grateful that you took the attention off of me in that moment. I did not do it for that reason.
Right.
But I got these different meals. Every mother of someone with epilepsy, every brother of someone with epilepsy, every advocate reached out. How the fuck could you piece of shit? You're a scumbag. Let me show you what a real sense of humor. And then they start wishing death on you. They start wishing articles being written. And I don't retweet any of this stuff because I can see.
Hold on. I'll wait a
dynamic.
second because
It's
I want to
just
see
a
where
bunch
this is
of
going.
leeches. The advocates that write for like the papers and stuff, all they're doing, they need something to put in the grease. Right? The grease is hot. They need something to throw it in there. So that
I talked about this earlier.
But the people who are actually affected by it,
No problem.
no problem.
All right, pause
I
this,
thought it was
'cause
funny.
he just
Matter of fact,
jumped
I
on a
think lot of them
point.
were like,
And
it's
I kind
cool
of want to
to
expound
see-
upon it. Like I was talking earlier about, and they just talked about it, about the advocates not signing up for this, and so they have misdirected anger. Whereas we didn't sign up for this either. Like it wasn't like we were in the womb and that they were making me up, and it's like, yeah, I want to be 36-year-old Tom with cerebral palsy. Cerebral palsy fucking sucks. I don't know if any of you know anybody with CP, and it is freaking terrible. It fucking sucks. But the best way I deal with it is I laugh. I go to comedy shows, and yes, if I happen to be in a situation where they see me and they poke fun of me, I'm going to be the loudest laughing motherfucker in that crowd. Because I feel normal. Like they'll run through the crowd, and if they see me and they avoid me, it's like, yo, what the fuck? Versus they see me and then they just lay into me. Yes, I'm not thought of as different. Because that's always been my motto, is I don't want to be thought as different.
myself represented in a bit. I really think comedy fans want to see themselves in stand-up.
Well, a different.
It
Actually,
is.
was one of the coolest interactions I had with a fan was last year in Orlando. I was doing a joke about.
Bro, this is where it happened to me, Orlando. Orlando's got a...
Oh, really?
Oof.
Well, I was doing a joke about the military and how I couldn't be like a Marines or Army guy. I was in the Navy. I said I couldn't do. I said I can't be on the front lines. You hear the guys be in the desert and one of them jumps on a grenade to save the other 33 guys' lives. I go, dude. I said, if there's 33 of us in the desert and I see a grenade, I said either 33 people die or 32 people die. I said, but if one's gonna make it, it's gonna be me, motherfucker.
Yeah.
And then this guy came up to me, got his leg blown off, and overseas or something, definitely military. And he walked up to me and he goes, guess I was in your platoon. And I posted like, I said, dude,
That's good. That's
just made
funny.
my night. And
That's
I took a
great.
picture and
I
posted
love
on
it.
social media, and I just like thanked him.
That is a
Thanks for having a
great.
sense of humor. And
That is
just laughing
somebody
about
that
it. I didn't know
gets
how,
it.
And when I saw it, like
They 100%
I'm doing
get
the
it.
meet and greet after my shows, so
Yeah.
I'm taking pictures, and I saw him in line. I go, oh shit. And you knew he's military. They got to look, man.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, oh fuck. And he looked like he was in a good mood. So I hope. And when he
That's a sad moment. Pause. I know we're almost done here, but pause. That's a sad moment when a comedian tells a joke and then they see afterwards that somebody that would, like in this situation, he made a joke about somebody about blowing people up, and then he sees somebody with a missing leg, and he has to think in his head about, oh shit, what am I going to say if this guy calls me out on it? That's not cool, man. That's really messed up to me. But anyways, let's continue.
oh fuck. And he looked like he was in a good mood. So I hope. And when he walked up, it just disarmed everything. He goes, guess I would have been in your platoon. He hit his leg and shit. I was like, thank you. Right?
Nice.
I know there's
Nice,
some
nice.
people that it hasn't been on TV yet.
Right.
And I'm doing it in my next special, that bit. So I know I'm probably going to get some,
Oh, without a
some
doubt.
kickback.
But dude, get
Awesome.
the kickback.
Yeah.
Yeah, get the kickback. 100% get the kickback. Well, once again, thank you all so much for joining us. I think I've made my point clear on how I feel about this. If you have a video or a highlight reel or a comedian stand-up bit or a TV show or something you want me to react to, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. And thank you all once again for all the views and the love and the support we got on the first video. I'm going to try and do these. I think originally I was looking at doing them once a week, but I'm going to try and do them twice a week. I think I can get it into my schedule where I can do these twice a week. But if you have something you want us to react to, please do so. And most importantly, please leave us a comment, throw us a like, a thumbs up, or whatever it's called. And most importantly, follow us. We're going to be doing these videos pretty continuously. Once again, thank you all. Have a great day.